Hi and welcome to EJ Sport. My name is Guy and this is my Wimbledon 2016 predictions video. Now I am going to do a very quick recap of Nottingham and Eastbourne because I didn't want to do a separate video as if I went into it too much I got it quite wrong in places. For starters, I didn't really look at the setup beforehand, so had I looked at the draw I would realise that a lot of people I picked were going to face each other quite early on, so that was my bad. I was just going off the players in the actual draw rather than looking at the draw itself. Just to summarise it very quickly, Anderson, Muller, my two seeded ones to follow. They got to the semis, it ended up Johnson winning the Wimbledon title. The women, I couldn't have been more wrong about the women. I was miles out. None of my seeds got anywhere near. It was actually Sibylkova that eventually won. I watched the final. It was actually very one-sided. I think Pliskova got the raw end of the deal, but anyway, she won. But yes, finally, on to the Wimbledon predictions. Now, as I did in the previous videos, I will be doing 3 seeds to follow, 3 unseeded players to follow, both the men and the women. For the men, my 3 seeds to follow, a couple of the seeds are fairly obvious, going to be Djokovic and Murray. Murray winning at Queens, Djokovic on top form at the moment. It's hard to see him really stumble, although Federer's in his part of the draw, maybe possibly not. The other third seed I've picked is Milos Raonic. He performed brilliantly at Queens, despite Murray beating him there. He has a good all-round game, and he has a coach that's played at Wimbledon before a couple of times. Never heard of him myself. Somebody called John McEnroe. The 3 unseeded men to follow, I have a couple of guys that have had their seeds been on record because of injuries. The Tipsarevic and Del Potro, both coming back from long-term spells of injury. I think that they actually will probably get a few rounds. I think also Mikhail Yuzhny, also as much as in his later years he is still a good player, and I think he could potentially knock out a few seeds if needed. The women's, I have not gone with the obvious seeds here, perhaps maybe with one of them. Muguruza, I believe she is going far. I've gone with Radwanska despite her early exits in a lot of tournaments recently, and Kvitova being somebody who's gone quite far in this tournament before. Now, unseeded women, there was a lot to choose from really. There has been a nice pedigree of players that are unseeded that are in the draw this year. The 3 I've gone for is Eugenie Pouchard. I think she is a very good player on grass, and I think she could actually get quite far. Also, Pironkova. I think I've chosen her before as somebody to follow, but didn't really get very far. But again, she's proven herself at Wimbledon before, so I think perhaps she could do it again. And gone with Denmark's Caroline Wozniacki. I genuinely think she's on the verge of coming back well into form. I think things might have been slightly differently had different players been at this tournament, especially for the seeded Victoria Azarenka. I probably would have had her in there. I was considering Kerber as well, but she hasn't performed as well as she used to or has done. Those are my picks. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll give you updates after each round because it's Wimbledon. It kind of got to As far as the Brits are concerned, we do have a lot of Brits in both sides of the draw. I'm quite hopeful that we get a few into the next round. It is promising, but we've been fairly unlucky with a lot of our Brits coming up against seeds in the opening round, and even one of them playing our very own Andy Murray. But that's the luck of the draw for you. Well, thanks very much for watching, and hit me up on Twitter at EJ Sports. Thanks very much.